Everybody got our burners to sink it, so that means...
No storage place.
Talk. That's jive talk for marijuana.
Nudity on slick paper.
Means it's fucking Tuesday. And he's shitty as fuck. I was trying to fake not being shitty.
Oh, but it's, you know...
In real life, it's before the election. I know.
Life.
Now, it's a week after, so we're not getting into that. But just know that all of the hate that's bubbling behind these eyes is there for that reason. So anyway, what we're doing this week is Alcohol is Dynamite.
Dynamite!
Yeah, it's a 50s kind of like, anti-alcohol, blah, blah, fucking blah.
Right.
I don't want to.
I know. I don't want to either.
But we have to. We have to fucking fake it.
For the good of the show.
We're good.
Yeah, there you go. Give that fake politician smile. Oh, is that your... You doing your McConnell laugh? Hey, man, what about, healthcare?
Anyway. It starts off with these two dudes, too young to buy beer, but because I get kicked out of the liquor store.
Bud and Jack went in to buy a case of beer for a picnic. And right now they think it's pretty unfair that they can't walk into a store like anyone else and buy liquor just because they're underage.
And then they asked this old fucking dude to buy it, but he's, by chance, a sports reporter.
Dun, dun, dun.
And he ain't down with that.
Oh, that's me, incidentally, Tom Ullman. I'm a sports reporter on the city paper. The boys want me to take their money and buy their drinks for them. No deal.
No, and he's also a sponsor for Hair Club for Men.
And then we get some XXX liquor. Ooh.
That means
hardcore
after
liquor.
you drink it, you get naked.
For anybody who fools around with this, adult or minor, is playing with dynamite.
Most likely.
Well, that happens to any kind of liquor.
That's true.
But anyway, the reporter tells a story of these three kids.
I decided to tell these boys about Paul, Jim, and Tip.
Paul?
I guess you could say Paul started it all, but it wasn't all his fault, actually. You see, he was just too good a musician for his age. He played in dance bands with older fellas, and they taught him things he'd be better off not knowing.
Jim?
Jim had the richest father in town.
Paul is a dead man, miss him.
And Tip.
Well, Tip was captain of the basketball team. All state the year before.
When he does it, it's just the Tip.
So Jim, he has some alcohol because he plays with bands and whatnot.
According to Paul, it's no fun drinking alone. He wants company.
Paul and Tip never had a taste of liquor.
The other boys have never tasted liquor before, so they have to be dared into it.
But they drank it, and here.
That first drink isn't very enjoyable, I can tell you. It burns your insides and it makes your eyes water.
Peer pressure, peer pressure, peer pressure, peer pressure.
Yeah, and then, that first fucking drink, it burns. That wasn't what the reference I was making. I was making a Four Rooms reference myself.
The mental
liquor on your eyes. Don't open your eyes, or it burns.
Yeah, everybody fucking hates that movie.
I know, dude. Why? I love that fucking movie.
Fine, I like that movie. Everybody hates it. I don't understand the hate. Why is everybody hating on Chris Pratt again? I don't understand that.
I don't know.
Well, that was weeks ago.
Oh.
But I don't understand. I didn't understand
it
it then. And I'm speaking of it now.
I don't even know what to even have. I don't think I've heard anything about it.
But he was voted worst Chris in Hollywood. Dude, I'm sure there's a guy named Chris who probably fucks supermarket bags.
What about
Chris?
What about Chris Kattan?
What's wrong with Chris Kattan?
He's nowhere better than, Chris Pratt's better than him.
He don't fuck garbage.
But he has to be the worst Chris, though.
I'm sure there's
in
worse
Hollywood.
Chris's than him. Are we going by just the name Chris?
I guess. Well, I'll hit by
or
their
do they
rules.
have to be famous?
Probably they have to be famous. So if I had to pick between watching a movie with Chris Pratt or Chris Kattan, I'm gonna pick Chris Pratt.
Every time. So he's obviously not the worst Chris.
Not in my eyes, but I don't know what he did. Unless he did some fucked up stuff. I don't know.
Captain America. I know he didn't mean to, I guess, but his ding-dong was out on camera. Don't take pictures of your dong-dong. You don't want anybody seeing it, for one.
Nobody wants to see it.
yes, that's not, yes, you want to, your face, fine, you know, whatever, but don't do the ding dong, you know? And like the tubing dude, you know, was like,
Yeah, dude, what the I mean, old
like doing
news.
a fucking
Zoom fucking conference thing. On TV thing.
to your colleagues, and you're like, yeah, I think Trump's fucking everything.
Dude, can you imagine being on the other side of that? But like, whoa, dude, Jeffrey, what's his name? Jeffrey?
Jeffrey.
No.
Thank God we're not there in a room with him. He just got a whole camera.
But anyway, dude, let's cut to Superman's frontal lobe peanut thing.
That's right where it heads for, the frontal lobes. Almost as if its aim in life was to transform man back into an animal.
But it looks like Superman with his brain's weird, man.
He's got Leonard's chin.
That weird Krypton fucking brain, I guess.
Yeah. Man has lizard-like brain.
Well, man does turn into a fucking animal when he drinks.
Right?
To take away the reasoning powers and self-controls, or to use a highbrow word, inhibitions that make that human society possible.
Side profile of Trump.
And then it attacks the nervous system and whatnot.
It starts in on the whole nervous system and eventually affects every function of the body.
Well, if things didn't go so well, we just got striked for that.
No, dude, if things didn't go well, we just got drug out of my fucking house for that.
Where's the picture of Desolate?
Because if things didn't go well, this is the second 4 years of a fucking 20-year term. Anyway, stop. We cut to this drunk cartoon, right? And it's all about
the fucking dice?
Yeah. Speaking of dice, I was just watching MASH the other day, the Halloween episode with dice in it and Norm.
Yeah.
It's a good episode.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, Jamie was like, ooh, and he was a good-looking guy. I was like, I guess, you know.
And then he was Mr. Rock and Roll Detective. Oh!
Dude, I want to watch that again. Ford Fairlane.
I own that on DVD. I just watched it during quarantine.
I don't care.
I love it.
What he said there, he's like, sorry about my breath and some shit that I was like, she's like, I looks down, sees he's got a heart on and shit in the morning. He's like, oh, it's just Staley. She's like, Staley? He's like, you know, like the power drill.
Anyway.
Oh, shit.
They talk about 5 drops of alcohol to every 1,000 drops of blood. Dangerous, blah, blah, blah.
Because if he was able to lift his hand for another drink, the Undertaker would have another customer. You see, all it takes is 5 drops of alcohol for every 1,000 drops of blood, a half of 1%. And brother, you're a dead duck.
Well, this is off, you know, it doesn't matter, but Mel Brooks
Who cares?
endorsed Joe Biden.
Good for him.
I haven't seen Mel Brooks forever. I'm like, I didn't realize, the dude's 1,000 years old,
You just
he's
fucking
still
saw
alive.
him when fucking Reiner died.
That's true, that's right, I forgot about that, but yeah, he looks good though, you know.
For being like 90-some years old, fuck
Got
yeah,
more
dude.
energy than me.
So blah, blah, fucking blah. We cut to Jim, Paul, and Tip. They're at this diner and they're drinking.
Well, that first night was the start. Paul, Jim, and Tip took to drinking together. Jim's father gave him plenty of money, and Jim kept them in liquor.
They're having soda pop.
No, they're drinking.
Well, Jim brought the booze.
Well, yes.
Because they always say in this thing,
This isn't
Jim.
this isn't the date yet,
We
but
blame
yes.
Jim.
Because they all go on a date together.
The dudes?
Yes, with women.
With women. They're not incels.
So after the diner, Jim gets pulled over.
Fortunately, a patrol car spotted Jim going through a stop sign, and he is picked up on suspicion of drunk driving.
Because he's drunk, obviously. And because he's white and it's the 50s, he doesn't get shot.
What?
They just take him to the police station, where they let him off with a warning to his dad.
Jim's father was summoned to the station, and because this was Jim's first offense, was successful in having Jim released, following a severe warning.
Yeah, don't do that again. Or whatever, fuck it. And I'm sure the little bastard didn't get no record or a 10 years sentence or something.
No,
Shit.
but he does keep drinking more because blah, blah, fucking blah, he gets kicked off the basketball team.
And then came a day that Tip would like to forget, but one he'll remember all his life. He was kicked off the basketball team. But his 2 good friends were there to console him, and they were sure a drink would make him feel better.
For being gay. No.
Well, it's the 50s, so that might have been a possibility.
Probably.
So blah, blah, fucking blah. Now they go on a date.
Even dates were no fun anymore without a bottle.
And they go to this restaurant, and Jim snuck in a big-ass bottle, and they just keep drinking, right?
We do not serve liquor to minors, but Jim had thought of that.
And then
That's a big-ass bottle.
Judy gets his
Rewind.
Judy gets her fucking drink and just bow.
Jim's date, Judy, had never tasted liquor before, but like dope addicts, one drinker can't stand the sight of somebody not drinking. And soon, Judy catches the spirit of the thing.
Gluck, the 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 gluck.
The Glock. Yeah, it's very good.
On for a while.
Illustration of drinking. But,
So they get kicked out.
right.
The waiter has a right to be sore. He'll give the club a bad name, he says, and he boots them all out. He wants to keep his license.
Well, I mean, yeah, the bottle was the size of Maker's Coots, for fuck's sake.
Dude,
What?
I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a bottle of Maker's Coons for a while. The funds are tight. So
Sad face.
yeah, if no Maker's Coons, no Coons. I mean, which I'm fine with. I don't want to do a Coons anytime in the near future anyway.
I can bring booze. I can get a Maker's Coots.
Then do it. You're not going to do it.
I'm not gonna do it because I don't want to do Coots.
Even if you wanted to do Coons, you still wouldn't do it. So anyway,
tequila.
so they go, fuck you, it's not Maker's Coons. And that's my wife's tequila. But anyway,
Wait, don't even drink.
some. She don't drink that
She should
straight.
be watching this show then. She should have watched Alcohol is Dynamite!
But anyway, they get kicked out. I said that, right? Yes.
Right, they got-
So they're outside, and fucking Judy just takes this fucking bottle
to
and
the
fucking,
head.
yeah, good glug.
Good glug. She fucking was like...
The boys can't understand Judy. Only 2 drinks and look at her. But it's really very simple. Tolerance for alcohol varies from person to person. Judy is one of those on whom it acts like a deadly poison.
And like, yeah, and you're like, holy shit, Judy. And, I was like,
And then she starts reefer madnessing, kind of freaking out.
She took
Bow.
that to the head.
And then she passes the fuck out.
And on someone who has never used it before, the effect is a lot more violent.
As you would if you drank that much of booze. So they take off.
Yeah, and they're driving drunk assholes.
Of course.
Right now, he wishes he'd taken just one less drink.
And blah, blah, fucking blah. They get into a fucking wreck, and Judy dies. Because, you know, just blow her head against that fucking hard-ass 50s car fucking dashboard.
Right.
Well, there's the result. Just another victim of a drunk driver. One of the estimated 10 to 20,000 last year alone.
And then fucking Jim goes and has to do a field sobriety test. Fails that shit.
Jim failed a few tests in high school after he started drinking, but he never failed a test as serious as this one.
And then the paper tells us that Jim went to jail for manslaughter. And now we get to learn what happened to the boys afterwards. Here's what happened to fucking...
Apparently, they still
Paul.
look the same, so they were let out like a month later.
Well, Paul never went to jail. Paul went to AA and became the youngest member of AA ever.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
But then he became one of the youngest members of Alcoholics Anonymous, and now he has a chance to save himself.
Jim, after he got out of jail, he kept drinking and ended up on Skid Row.
When he got out of jail, he went back to drinking and ended up on Skid Row, a hopeless derelict.
Yeah, like the
on
band.
Skid Row.
Oh, I was thinking more of like 18 and life you're driving. But yeah, anyway, so, and Tip, he quit drinking.
Right then, he made a vow never to touch a drop of liquor again, and he hasn't.
And you want to know how this sports reporter knows? Because Tip is his son.
How do I know? Because Tip is my son.
I thought he was going to be like, you know, because I'm Tip. Ha ha! Plot twist. You know?
And then we find out once again that alcohol is dynamite.
When a man can't or thinks he can't measure up, he looks for a crutch, something to help him. He takes a drink. Alcohol deadens the part of the brain that holds his worries and responsibilities, and he thinks it's helping him. But instead of helping him, every drink gives him that much less chance of ever being able to get along. And his crutch ends up by destroying him. Now, if a mature adult admits his failure as a man or woman by resorting to alcohol, what about the boy or girl who never gives himself a chance to learn to adjust without liquor? He's licked before he starts. So that's why you see that sign in the window, and that's why every boy and girl should be glad that somebody put it there. Because alcohol is dynamite.
And these two guys are sitting out there the whole time. And they're like, "Can we just go?" I mean, yeah, all right, we fucked up, but we could be doing other things right now instead of listening to fucking Comb over here.
Yeah, we could be doing lots of other better things than listening to Comb over now, too. But a lot of people listen to Comb... Sorry. On that note,
Yeah.
for Gutter Bird,
Yeah.
we'll see you next week.
You're like, I was this good.
Oh.
It sucks being in the past.
It sucks just being in the now, period.
It sucks being in the past, pretending you have to be talking about future events.
Well, we should just not talk about present events, which we have a problem with.
Well, because... You know, if you were doing a live video and there was a giant tsunami-like, movie-like wave coming towards you...
There is now. It's
and you're
just
like,
a wave
I
of
can't talk
stupidity.
about it. Yeah, right.
I got nothing, dude. Nothing. You should have seen us before filming this video. That was a good probably half hour of just one of those ones. For like half an hour. And then we had to fucking swallow it all down for this. I'm proud of us. We did a good job.
You know, instead of an executive order,
Order 66.
Dennis Hopper, Order 66, Dennis Hopper, you know, he could have used like just two double-edged executive orders to bring it all down, you know? And I just love the fact that our president is turned, or is, or has, or whatever. He's currently now still the president.
I fucking hope not, but
like leading up to the election, basically turning into, you know, the Mad King from Game of Thrones. You know, burn them all! You know, so, yeah, Jamie Lannister, where are you, buddy? Stop thinking about your sister titties. Get on the ball. Trump's ads are just like, Kamala Harris is gonna take your guns. I'm like, dude, did Obama take your guns? No, he still got your guns. Even though they said back then.
I still can't believe them idiots still just fall for that shit.
I know, they're gonna take your guns. Like, no, they're not.
And they're more worried about a goddamn fetus that's like a second old than, like, you know, people that are actually alive. But
yeah,
like,
but after that...
once that child's born, they're like, fuck you!
Fuck them, fuck them, fuck them! You know, but the fetus is important. That's still...
Dude, it's all about controlling women.
I know.
But anyway, it's not why we're here.
Yeah, but it's even women helping control women.
Yeah, I know.
Like
I don't
Amy
get it.
Crazy Eyes, you know, whatever the fuck her name is. What is her name?
Barrett.
Yeah. Dude, she's like...
Ka.
Like, you know, can you name the judicial branches? No!
How about the First Amendment?
No!
How much experience you have? 30 years!
Right.
Scalia was my god! But you only clerked with him for 1 year. Bah! I don't know why you turned into SpongeBob there.
I know. She's like, yeah. They're like, are you gonna... It's like, should...
But anyway, dude,
Can the president control the election? She's like, I don't know. I'd have to look into that. You're like, no!
Dude,
the answer's no!
This is a week after. This is a week after, so we can't.
I know.
So, yeah.
Go on. You gotta talk about fucking Timmy and Tip and Jim and Bim and Boob and Bob.
Yeah.
Having their
This is the America that they want to go back to.
Yeah.
You see all those white faces? That's what they want.
Pure bloods.
Good genes.
Good genes.
Hey, everybody! Whoa!
Wobbly.